There was a time before the internet, where the local anchorman reigned supreme. When people believed everything they heard on YouTube. This was an age when only men were allowed to read the news. And in New York, one anchorman was more man than the rest. His name was Drew Burgundy.
I look good. I mean, really good. Hey, everyone! Come and see how good I look! Ribs. I had ribs for lunch. That's what I was doing. Can-Am. We're live on the air right now? I don't believe you. I love Jaeger. Whole shot. Whole shot. Here we go. Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York. We're still on. These papers organized. We're still doing this. Welcome to another edition of Ball Sports Don't Matter. I'm Drew Burgundy. I don't have to talk like this the entire time, do I? I sound ridiculous when I do that voice. Welcome to the 2022 NYOA 4x4 class preview. Why am I doing a video about this? Well, I was supposed to be doing multiple videos about the rebuild of my Can-Am. The frame and all the other parts have been at the powder coater for a month, and they're still not done. Received a phone call today that I can wait even longer, maybe next week, maybe never. So I decided to make a video for some content for my channel about the upcoming season. The 4x4 class is absolutely stacked this year. 20 riders confirmed on sign up. We are 1 month away. And I'm just going to give you a breakdown on who's who, if they're new or not, what they've been doing with NYOA over the years. And we're going to go from there. Check out their stats. Up first, Mr. Number 8. Mr. YouTube, John Sauza. Welcome to the 4x4 class, buddy. You're gonna need a lot of luck. These guys are fast and they play hard. John is no slouch. He is number 8 because he is ranked number 8 in New York State. That is where he finished last year. However, he didn't do that in the 4x4 class. John won the Senior A championship in 2018, 19, and 2020. In 2021, he moved to the Vet A class. He got 5 wins there, and he was the class champion, where he actually earned 8th overall. He will be our only single digit in the 4x4 class. Look out for John to be running up front. Next on the list, Mark Potter, your 2019 4x4 champion. He's got a lot of race experience. He listed some of it for me. His very first race ever was 2009. So he's got over a decade out there on the racetrack. Excuse me, Mark, I'm getting a little dry. I'm gonna Jaeger. Mark did not come out swinging. He ran a full season in 2010 in the Vet C class. Didn't get a single win and finished 6th in class. I mean, what a pathetic. He just probably didn't try hard enough, inexperienced. And eventually worked his way up to Senior A in 2018 and raced when the weather was nice. In 2019, he gave the 4x4 class a try, and I had some battles with him that summer, and he smoked me every time. He won the championship that year. I don't know how many races, but he is very welcomed back after 2 years off. It's great to see him on the line. He always brought a lot of sportsmanship, a lot of energy to the class, and I mean, anybody who can wear those tall socks and not be embarrassed, he's a great guy. All right, moving on. Kevin Carlson, number 1309. Kevin, great dude, hell of a rider, one heck of a personality off the track. If you haven't met the guy, he's got jokes. He's got jokes. Specific jokes about me and my teammate, Josh Williams. Something about chickens, and he's the colonel. I don't know. His jokes are for kids. I'm an adult. I got a tie on, I'm drinking Jaeger, you can tell. Kevin Carlson. This is going to be his 3rd year racing NYOA. He's fast. He has won races. In his rookie season in 2020, he claimed 3 wins alone. He lost the championship only by 2 points to Jeff Kowalski. In 2021, he also finished well inside the top 5, finishing 4th in points, and earned his 2nd Warrior Award. Now, Warrior Award, if you're not familiar with NYOA, you race every race, and you finish at least a lap in every race. It's about consistency, makes you a warrior. Kevin, definitely a warrior. Look for him to be running with the front group. He's a fast guy. Kyle Lawrence, never heard of you. Have no idea who you are. You're number 1310. Welcome to the class. I'm guessing because your name's Kyle, you like to drink some Mountain Dew and punch holes in drywall. That's not water. On to my favorite, Mr. Dirt Chicken, Bad Bird 1313, Josh Williams. My homie, my teammate. He's always positive and upbeat and just eager to race. He's hungry for the sport. He's hungry for more wins, and he got a couple of those. We had some battles together in 2019. We actually ran matching graphics on our quads. It was our funnest season together. In 2020, I decided to sit that one out due to injury, and he carried the flag for the team. He came out swinging round 1, 2020. Josh grabs the win. His first AMA victory, he's in the record books. I'm so happy for him. He just went on to a very amazing season that year. He was riding like no other. He was competing in 4x4C for GNCC racing and claimed a couple victories there as well. Finishing on the box almost every time. He actually finished 2nd in the nation for 4x4C in 2020, and that's after missing the last 5 races because he kind of did a little endo and broke something in his shoulder. Almost the same type of injury I sustained in 2019. So that was the end of his 2020. If we see that kind of speed out of Josh again, he's capable of running up front. We got to see it from him. And I'm so glad to have him out there. I think he's going to be running part-time. As am I. I think I'm going to balance between 2 championships this year, the USMX and the NYOA championship. I think Josh has a plan to do that with me. We both raced a couple motocross events last year and had a lot of fun doing that. So, glad to have him back on the line. Bad Bird, 1313. Cheer him on when he comes by. Rich Drave, 1314. We got a good run of numbers here. 1314 used to be my number. When I went out with an injury in 2019, Rich Drave asked if he could take over that number. For some reason, it's significant to him. I have no idea, Rich. It's all you, buddy. You can have it. I got hurt with that number. I don't want it no more. So, he's only raced 2 NYOA seasons, but this dude is fast. If you met Rich, he's the guy that looks like a big bodybuilder and has a bald head. He doesn't lift. I don't even think he works out. He just works on a farm. And he's got that special strength that farmers have. So, he's grabbed himself a few wins already, and I expect to see him definitely running up front this year. And you got old 13-15 Drew Campbell. I guess I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments. How do you think I'll do this year? You speculate. I'm looking to go out and have some fun, as always. 42 years old, and I can't afford to get hurt anymore. I'm too old for this shit. So this is all about fun. I've had some good seasons. My rookie year was 2018. Finished 5th in the state for the class. In 2019, I finished 4th in the class and took 2020 off. 2021, I rode part-time both series, NYOA and USMX. 2022, not sure what I'm gonna do. Probably part-time again, but I wanna be up front. Tired of being 7th, 8th place. I know I've got it in me to be up front, and I'm looking to hang with you guys. This is gonna be my senior year. I feel like I'm ready to graduate to a faster group of riders. Let's go racing. Moving on. Nicholas Mayville, 13-16, consecutive right after me. Can't find any info on you, bro, but you ride a Polaris. You signed up with a Polaris. Among 18 Can-Ams, 1 Kimco, a Polaris? First off, that Kimco's out gonna last that Polaris. And bro, you're in for a real quick awakening that this isn't a wise choice. And I'm speaking from experience because I got hooked on racing because I had a Sportsman 1000 sitting in the garage, and the Western New York Hare Scramble series in the fall didn't require safety gear and tether switches and AMA credentials. So I went racing on a Polaris 1000. They suck. I broke it half the time, and I'm not exaggerating. I probably raced it a dozen times. It broke half the time. Simple things, you know, like when you accelerate out of the woods in a field section and then you go hard braking into a corner, belt would snap like that. Maybe you tap a tree just a little too hard. It doesn't have the firm trailing arm that a Renegade does. It has A-arms in the back. It's not gonna work. Take that Polaris, flush it down the fajol, and go get yourself a Renegade, my friend. Welcome to the place. Thank you. Moving on, Todd Swain. Love this guy. 725 Designs. Todd Swain is running number 1325. He is your second oldest racer in the 4x4 class. He raced his first NYOA last year at the opening round, where he finished second. Dude's in his 50s. If that doesn't tell you you should be worried about Todd Swain this year, I don't know what does. He's got a passion for this sport. I've seen some of his moto videos on a Renegade. He jumps really far. He's a pretty good rider, man. Welcome to the class, Todd. I expect to see you up front. Number 1331. I need another hit of Jaeger. Feel like we're flying right through. Thanks for staying with us. Brian Winkleblack. That's really the last name. Not making this up. Winkleblack. 1331. I don't know much about him. I tried to find him on Facebook. We do have common friends. It looks like Bryant has been around the race scene before. We know similar people. Welcome to the 4x4 class. Buckle up, hang on, and good luck. Moving on to our only female rider and one of the youngest in the class, Jessica Carnes. This is her second season on 4x4. You boys play nice. Her dad's out there with us. He's a big dude. We'll talk about Dustin in a minute. Like I said, she's your only female rider, but she is no slouch. It's her 5th year racing NYOA. She started in minis before moving up to the women's class and then switched to the 4x4 last year, like I said. And the reason, she wants to race with her dad. It's all about memories, kids, and racing brings the family together. So, Jessica, welcome to another season of 4x4, repping the women's out there on the 4x4. Thank you. Mark Hickey. Mark is actually our oldest. Where's my other sheet of paper? I had one more sheet. Here it is. Mark Hickey. I just want to make sure we get this right. It's no typo. 58 years old. Mark Hickey out of Connecticut. Not only is a homeboy one of the oldest competitors, he's got to drive one of the furthest distances just to get to NYOA. That's a true competitor. Welcome to the club. He is actually racing the only Kimco. And I actually had to race against this machine in 2018. It was owned by our former champion, Kevin Johnson, who won the championship 2017 and 2018. And I believe he did both on the Kimco. So Mark purchased those once Kevin retired and has been having success running those in numerous series. Wish him luck in NYOA. Moving on to 1337, our second youngest. He might be tied with Jessica. I didn't look up birthdays, but they're both 18 years of age. Colin Markowski. And Colin, I got to check here my notes, is out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. Colin Markowski, look out. This kid's fast. End of story. Taking a drink. Colin is most likely going to clean house this year. And let me tell you why. He's got quite the resume going all the way back to 2014. Keep in mind, he's 18 years old. So at a very young age, he was in D6. And he was running the 125 class and came in second in that championship. He then went on to compete in GNCC, entering the 90cc limited class, where he finished runner-up in 2016 and 2017, but he claimed his first championship in 2017 in D6. In 2018, he earned another championship. And in 2021, he earned a 4x4C championship running the Nationals. This kid is fast. Here we are in 2022. he's running 4x4B, and he's winning. Not only is Colin Markowski winning 4x4B this year, he's putting down times fast enough to finish on the podium in 4x4A. Expect this guy to lead this field of New York State 4x4 racers. He is that good, and I'm looking to see this kid come out with a lot of wins by the end of the year. Good luck, Colin. Dan, Dan, I've been waiting to talk about this guy. Dan, I can't even pronounce your last name. Hojanak? No, it's got an I at the end of it, so it's got to be like Dan Hojanaki. It's probably it. Dan Hojanaki. I bet that's it. He's never raced NYOA before, but he's fast. Oh. All these guys coming out of nowhere just to race. I think it might have something to do with YouTube videos. Guys like Keith Verdura, John Sauza, maybe even little Drew Campbell, putting out a lot of race videos, and people are getting hooked on this sport, and it's great to see. Dan actually admitted to me on camera.
Dan, why'd you start racing?
I saw his channel on YouTube and I figured I could do that.
It's working, it's really working!
He thought to himself, hey, I can do that. He probably thought that because I'm slow. So be it. Give me motivation to come chase you down. But he's here, and this kid's fast. He bought one of my idols, four-wheelers, which is already set up and ready to go. And I say idol, this is a great sport. Dwight Pollard, he ran a couple years ago and was number 3 in the nation in 4x4 Pro. I've got an autographed jersey hanging on the wall. Big fan of Dwight Pollard. He sold Dan his quad, and the thing is a beast. Dan knows how to ride. He's not afraid to throw down. He's gonna be a contender this year. We got a legitimate, out of 20 guys, we got a legitimate 10 guys that could win any given day. Dan's one of them. Pay attention to these guys. The numbers I'm telling you, 1339. Dan Hojanaki. He's one of those guys to watch. Fast guy. Next up, Kyle Haller, my buddy. 1355. Kyle Haller is unfortunately gonna sit out a few races this year. He hopes to make some of the ones later on. Kyle, if you don't know, suffered a horrific injury last season where he broke his leg and had an external rod sticking out of his leg, holding the thing together for months. Not days, not weeks, months. He's gone through extensive rehabilitation just so he could walk again, let alone ride a four-wheeler again. Keep in mind, he did this injury riding, racing, nonetheless. He did it while racing. It's a dangerous sport. If you're watching this video, you obviously have an interest in the sport. You obviously are interested in NYOA. This happens every now and then. It's a reality. We all try to go home safe. We do this for fun. We are all there on our own dime. And Kyle paid the price. He paid to play. That's the price. Did I get that quote right? Did I get that quote right? Kyle has a great resume. He's a young guy, so he's got years ahead of him. He's only 24 years old. I expect to see a long career out of Kyle Haller. He started racing in 2013. He was on a Raptor 250 in the Team Novice line, and then he moved up to a YZF 450. He switched to the Renegade, the Can-Am Renegade 1000 in 2018, and he's been in the 4x4 class ever since. I think it's a great fit for him. Kyle gels really well with our group. He always very eager to talk on the starting line and share a good laugh, and just a great personality. We owe each other a sit down for a beer. Kyle, we're going out for that beer, buddy. Hope to see you at races as soon as possible. Again, he's probably gonna miss the first few, but he says here he wants to be back at the end of the season for the largest utility class NYOA has ever seen. We're gonna touch on that at the end of the show. Next up, my buddy, Mike Barone. And I really didn't know Mike Barone before last year. We aren't long-term friends. We haven't known each other for decades. I met Mike through racing, as I do a lot of you guys. I meet you through NYOA, and it's a great series. It brings us all together because Mike is in a different part of New York than myself and actually has some property and hosts his own event. If you want to know what that event is, just scroll through my channel and look for the video titled Smearnadilla. Mike Barone started racing in 1998. He is probably our most experienced racer. He doesn't give himself enough credit. Mike is 44, but he started racing at a young age, and he's got a lot of experience. He did take some time away from racing, probably to have a family or maybe work on a career. Crazy adult stuff, never grow up. Drew Burgundy. He took a long time off, but in 2021, he came back and he raced the 4x4 class with NYOA. This will be his second season. Last year, Mike claimed 3 podiums. They were all third place finishes, but last year there was a lot of fast guys as there is this year, so even a podium feels like a victory. He's got notable podiums at the GNCC series at Ironman in 2021, where he finished second in 4x4C behind one of my other favorite guys, Jim Eckhart. We'll talk about him briefly in a little bit. I don't see his name on the sheet. If you check this, we're filming this on April 1st. There's no Jim Eckhart. I don't know why that is. We'll figure that out in a minute. First, we're going to talk about Dustin Carns, number 1375. Dustin Carns is an old fart. 47. Dustin Carns, I'm going to say it lightly because he can still ride really fast. He has earned a few really good podiums and one significant win. He got his only win, I believe his only win, at Twisted Fence in 2018, the day I broke my arm. So I was leading that race, no big deal, and Dustin claimed the victory. I led the race for about 45 seconds, tossed it, and yeah, had a dirt sandwich. Dustin went on, had a great race, and claimed victory at Twisted Fence in 2018. He's had a stellar career since. We actually raced a bunch last year together in 2021. He beat me every time. I don't want that to happen in 2022, Dustin. Jacob, tell him. Drew's coming for you. Let him know. It's coming. And guys, Dustin, he's the father of the only female in the class. We talked about that earlier. Pay attention. I'm not ready to turn the page. Cody Ost, you're next. I got you, you Mountain Dew drinking something. Cody Ost, 1389. My bro. It actually says here my first word is just beast. Have you seen Cody? He's like, he's impressive. He's an impressive specimen. It's about time he bought himself a big boy quad because that guy has been riding a 450 for the last few years. Cody has actually been racing the USMX series and Empire MX, I think the same series that runs with it, on a YZF 450. Homeboy didn't even have 4x4. He didn't even have 4 shocks. No power steering, no 90 horsepower. Finally got smart at the end of 2021, bought himself one, came out to play. We had some good battles, bud. We had a lot of fun. I can't wait to try to beat you again this year. He is racing NYOA for the first time. Never even done one race. What I can tell you, having raced against him in the Western New York Hare Scramble Series in the fall of 2021, he fast. That boy good. He fast. He good. Pay attention to Cody. He good. Moving on. Oh God, this guy Frank Aquino. Let me tell you something, Frank. You're in the 4x4 class in the state championship now, Frank. Frank Aquino's a young man. I gotta look up the ages on all these sumbitches. 22. 22. He's just a pup. I hate when these guys are literally half my age. Because when I don't keep up with them, it makes me look bad. But what people forget is they got decades on me. Frank Aquino is one of those guys. I raced against him in 2021 last year. He won the Fall Series Championship. Frank, no experience in NYOA, about to learn some. Look for him to be up front. Last guy is Lance Vladimir. I am butchering names. I apologize. I believe it's Lance Vladimir, the double L. 1399. He picked the 99. I wonder if there's something significant behind that number for him. I don't know him. He looks like he's been part of the NYOA family. Again, I look for these guys on Facebook if I haven't seen you, and we know some of the same racers. Lance, welcome to the class. Great to have you. That's the list. That's everybody. But there's names missing. There's names missing on this. Jim Eckhart, my buddy. Jim usually races with us. I don't know why he's not on this. That would make 21. And there's a couple other guys on here that I've got to mention, like Jeff Kowalski. Why is that relevant? Jeff Kowalski is your reigning 4x4 champion. Where's his name? Your reigning champion is not even on the list. Jeff, I've been asking him all winter long, what's your plans? What are you gonna do? He's a younger guy. I think Jeff is around 24. I want to run a different class this year. Why? Because he's won the championship in the 4x4 class for the last 2 years. So he's thinking about running a different class. That's great. Do your thing. But let us know, bro. He still isn't signed up for anything. It's April 1st. This is no joke. Jeff is defending champ and has not confirmed what class he's racing. It's an open title. I've got my picks, and I'm going to talk about them right now. You've got some big names in here. John Saza, he is number 8. He is a single digit in the state of New York for a reason. You think that guy is finishing top 30? No, he is finishing top 20, top 15, top 10 at multiple races throughout the season. That means good starts, consistency, finishing laps, finishing on the main lap every time. Not getting stuck behind a bottleneck or a mud hole or a broken down rider on a hill. John is constantly moving forward and fast. He gets hole shots. He's 44 years old. He's also got a long way to travel for this. So he puts a lot into this race program of his. He's also got a YouTube channel. I've linked to it before. Definitely check him out. John, number 8, he's somebody I'm picking for top 3. I want to talk about Mark Potter. The last time Mark Potter raced the 4x4 class, he won it. He won the championship. He won multiple races. He was fast. And I'm not talking, oh, that guy's fast. I'm talking like he finished on the lead lap. That means row 1. Didn't catch him. They caught most of us, but they didn't catch Mark. Why is Mark out of retirement after 2 years racing the 4x4 class? John Saza, can you answer that question for us? I think there's a rivalry there, and the boys want to play again. A couple of old dusty farts gonna go play on their power steering, fully independent, cup holders, 4x4, Can-Am Renegades, and have some fun. You guys get to watch. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So Mark and John got a little rivalry going. I am also picking Mark Potter for my top 3. But I'm gonna tell you, number 1 isn't either one of those guys. My prediction for your 2022 New York State 4x4 champion is Colin Markowski. He's 18 years old. He's on fire. He's gonna dust John. He's gonna dust Mark. Those guys are gonna be fighting for second and thirds. Colin Markowski is the kid to watch for this year's 4x4 championship. Mark my words. He's the man to beat. And he is 18, so he's technically legal to vote. He is a man. He's the man to beat. NYOA 4x4 is the only class that has no restrictions on age, sex, or ability. The only requirement for the NYOA 4x4 class is we run a 4x4. Let's do it over. If you want yourself an AMA credited championship and you know you're an A-level rider, you can come aboard our New York State Championship and beat up on a bunch of B class, C class, and beginner level riders, all within one class. It's not fair. It's something the organization, the series has to look at. It's dangerous. When I started, there was 6 of us. 6 of us moving through the pack isn't that bad. When you have 20 of us moving through the pack from the 13th row, that creates problems. And it puts us behind younger, less experienced riders. I myself, at my ability, in 2019 and 2021, I was climbing up easily into the 5th and the 6th rows. That's not bragging. I could barely stay on the lead lap most of the time. But I would climb up double the rows in front of me. So I was 13, I'd climb all the way up to 5th or 6th row. Lap a lot of those classes. I'm on a faster machine. It's no talent involved, but I just hold her wide, son. But it's dangerous going by those. If they actually moved us up, gave us multiple classes, it might make things a little bit safer. Ooh, we're slurring now. Jaeger's kicking in. Real nice. Clark. You want to get people involved with the sport that you love so much? You make dumb content like this, and you hope they watch. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. I'm gonna do more of that. I'm not gonna do more of this stuff. I'm actually gonna do cool race videos. I'm gonna wear a camera on my helmet, and I'm gonna wear a camera on the back of the quad, and I'm gonna put a camera on my buddy. This sport is pure endurance. Any of us can go fast for 10 minutes. Any of us. I've seen it. There are guys out there who can sprint so fast off that green flag, it's amazing. But they're dead after 10 minutes of riding. Arm pump, smacked a tree, bent this, broke that. This is a sport of endurance. It's a sport of fitness. It's a sport of dedication. And you have to be willing to suffer every weekend. We do this for fun. We do this for love, the grit of it all, the glory. This is racing. This is woods racing. This is 4x4 racing. It is pure thunder rolling off the line. Come out to the races. Watch the show. Things are going to get rowdy. Let's go.